What's in your thoughts? Oh, what's in your mind? What fills your head and what leaves it behind? It's too much today. It's too much today.
Hey there, listeners. Welcome back to Filling in the Gaps Rerolled. We hope you have some spooky plans for this Halloween for your players, and we would love to hear about the tricks or treats that you're going to be serving them up. So, head on over to our Discord or Twitter, let us know what you've done. As always, we are Filling in the Gaps Rerolled. We may not be an actual play podcast, but we hope that our podcast can help you actually play. We're 3 DMs who roll on a list of themes and scenarios and work together to create a session.
I'm Sam, your host, and I'll be rolling for themes this episode.
I'm Malcolm, your second host, and I'll be rolling for scenarios, right? That's me this time? Okay, cool.
And I have been David for this intro. And I have a question for our question of the episode. Oh, no I don't, because I didn't open that.
What's your favorite candy bar?
Yes, that's a good one. What is your favorite candy bar?
Personally, I used to be all about Three Musketeers as a kid. Now, I don't know. It kind of bounces around everywhere. Except anything with caramel. I don't like caramels.
Oh.
Too sticky.
I personally like
It's so
cookies
good,
and cream, but if you put a Kit Kat in front of me, I'm not going to not eat it.
What about you, David?
And mine, I would have to say, is a Reese's Fast Break. It's got everything you need in it. Chocolate, peanut butter, and nougat.
Nice. You know what? Let's spice this up. Our audio gremlin. What is your first of all, what's your name?
Hi, I'm Noob. I exist.
And what's your favorite candy bar there?
Oh god, I don't know. I used to be really about what are they called? Zero bars? They're like white chocolate with peanuts. They're wild, but it's been a hot minute since I've eaten a candy bar.
Cool.
So
Very nice.
yeah.
For those of you who don't know, Noob here runs all of our audio behind the scenes and stuff for us to make sure everything comes out smooth. So, he does a great job at that. But today, we wanted to add him on, add a little Halloween special fun.
Gotta get spooky with it.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess I have one more question now. Shall we roll? Play?
Let's do it!
That was terrible.
That was okay. That's right, guys. Today, we're doing something a bit different.
Yes, we have a special treat for you listeners. We're actually going to be playing Call of Cthulhu. I'm going to be your keeper of arcane lore for this one-shot adventure. I believe we are ready now. So, this adventure is going to be taking place in current day, slightly a little bit in the future. We're going to be a little optimistic for the background information of this campaign. COVID is over. There has been a vaccine created, and things can finally go back to normal. This campaign is taking place in the Cincinnati Zoo. Things have been kind of difficult at the zoo with social distancing, the pandemic, so they're hosting a big fundraiser that our players have been given a ticket to or purchased a ticket to. What they're hosting is a big murder mystery event that's going to take place in the zoo after closing. So everyone arrives to the zoo kind of at their leisure, maybe an hour, a little closer to the closing. Go ahead and describe your character. Well, let's start with Malcolm. Describe your character and what they're kind of doing in their free time in the zoo.
Well,
before
Frederick Walker is a man who is not from around here originally, but made his home in Cincinnati as the local sheriff. And when I say local sheriff, I mean local sheriff. He very much believes in that good old-fashioned, everybody should know your name, we should all be connected, I should know what's going around every part of my city, but is finding it very difficult to adjust to a larger city like Cincinnati. But still is doing his best. For now, he figures coming to an event like this would help to get people to recognize law enforcement and get them to see that, you can trust your good old sheriff, even with everything else going on in the world. Making a police character might be a little bit crazy, but hey, it was a good way to get weapons in easy, so, that elephant in the room's acknowledged. Alright, moving on.
Speaking of elephants, where would Frederick head on his time before the event starts? Let's say it's starting at 6 p.m. 6 p.m. in the Peacock Pavilion.
Okay, you might need to zoom in the map a little more. It's kind of hard to see. I think, knowing Frederick, he'd probably go hang around the rhinos. I don't know why that's the one that spoke to me, but it was. I see you have Indian rhinos on the map, so he would probably chill around there and just kind of look at the large animals and just be in awe of their majestic nature while they're very big and gruff.
And how early do you arrive?
Before the event? Probably around an hour or so before the event. Maybe 30 minutes.
Okay. So, not a lot of time. You go around and view the rhino exhibit, see the Indian rhino.
Maximizing time, checking out the actual zoo before the event starts.
Yeah. Now, Noob, go ahead and take your turn at this.
Oh, hello. I will be playing Alice Blake, who is a pickpocket with a sharp knife and a sharper tongue.
Dang, I should have come up with a cool, small phrase.
It's okay, I've literally been working on that all day. And I think she would probably be, scoping out the area around the Peacock Pavilion and finding escape routes.
Okay.
Potentially looking for people who look like they have much money.
Very nice. About how early do you arrive before the event starts?
Let's see, you said it starts at 6?
Yes.
Probably 4:35?
Okay. And you're just spending all that time around the pavilion?
Yeah. Maybe checking out those lemurs.
Speaking of people with a lot of money, Sam, go ahead and let us know about your character.
Yes, I am playing the Honorable Emmett Ludlow. He is a descendant of Israel Ludlow, the one person who did surveying for Cincinnati way back when. He's probably been here since around 3 p.m. He's dressed up in a quote-unquote safari outfit. Your typical khaki cargo shorts, khaki button-down, short sleeve with that hard helmet on. And he's been working a display case, probably by the in the Africa part of the zoo. Just showing he has this old artifact 20 gauge shotgun that was used to kill some big elephant back in the 20s and stuff, when hunting was all on the rage, but now he's telling kids how bad it is. And yeah,
I'm glad our whole
he's 60.
group has such a thing about let's educate the other people of this world.
Yeah, he's 67, pretty much known around town as a nice, friendly guy, and now he donates a lot of his money to the zoo in order to help educate the future and keep animals alive. For those who don't know, his son was very much into zoology, and so he wants to give back that way.
Very nice. So, to start, as it's approaching 6 o'clock, we're going to have our first roll, and that's going to be a luck roll.
Oh, good. I'm terrible at those.
I think I'm pretty decent. Let's see.
That's just the D100?
Yes.
It's just the
This is
D100?
your percentile die. Correct. So for people who are unfamiliar with Call of Cthulhu, the way that rolling dice in this works is you have percentile dice. Everyone has generated a character already, and will have different values for their luck, ranging from 0 up to 99. Luck is a resource that we can use later on. If you're rolling poorly, you can spend luck points in order to kind of bump the roll up, or bump the roll down,
And
I
we
guess I
want to
should
go
say.
higher or lower than our luck?
You want to be lower than your score.
11!
11 is good.
Yeah, I got a hard success of 13 against 45.
Very nice.
I rolled a 39 to my 75.
11 to 70, just to make that actually the stat revealed.
Oh, yeah, that's...
So, levels of success are measured in Call of Cthulhu with regular, hard, extreme, and the way that that's determined is half of your skill. If you're below half of your skill, that's a hard success. If you're below a fifth, that's an extreme success. So, because both Malcolm and Noob got hard successes,
Actually, Malcolm got
we
an
have to go
extreme
with
success.
Yeah, I did. I got 11 out of 70.
math. Yeah.
I'm one lucky
So-
sheriff, man. Come on.
Very good. That means the most unlucky is Sam. So there's a group of people who are gathering out by the Peacock Pavilion as the rest of the zoo is kind of slowly emptying out. There are 20 other people here waiting. Some you may recognize, some you may not. Excuse me. Let's see. So, the daughter of the owner of the zoo is currently who's kind of running this big event. Her name is Amanda. Didn't come up with a last name. So, just Amanda.
Hannah. Is he Columbus or
It's like one name. It's like Claw or Madonna.
is Jack Hanna Columbus or Cincinnati?
No idea.
He's one of them.
So, Amanda kind of greets these 20 guests out front. She's going to be bringing people in to kind of give them their roles for the murder mystery. She brings in a couple people. There's a few minutes that pass, and she calls out Sam, or Emmett. She calls out Emmett's name to come in.
Oh.
And
What?
Malcolm and Noob, could you please take off your headphones? Okay. So, Sam, as you're brought in, you're told that you are going to be taking the role of John Torwix, who is a multi-billionaire. You are also going to be the character in this who gets to die. What's going to happen is there's going to be kind of like a food event inside. Once you spend a little bit of time eating, you will fall over at your table and die. This is basically a big family event where you're kind of bringing all your family in to just have a reunion of some kind. That's your role.
Oh, I can't wait. This is going to be awesome.
All right, next into the pavilion, Amanda steps outside and calls for Frederick Walker.
Hello. I hope that wasn't... Oh, wait.
All right.
I hope that wasn't too long there.
You kind of... You're fine.
Good.
Amanda leads you into the building and kind of sits you down for a moment. You've rolled the luckiest, so you get to be the person who definitely does not die. You get to play as Tiffany Torwix. You are also the murderer.
Oh, okay.
the way you've decided to do this is you are very, very into social media. You follow a renowned chef. And recently they made a big discovery that cayenne pepper goes really well in pretty much any pastry that they like. I don't suggest doing this at home. And so you've hired that chef to be the one who comes and is catering this party. This is basically a big family reunion that your father, John Torwix, has organized, and you want his money.
Okay, so just to reiterate, what's my fake name so I can write that down?
Your second fake name is Tiffany Torwix.
So I am not only the sheriff, I am a sheriff not playing a girl. I'm a guy playing a guy playing a girl.
Who is a murderer.
Okay. Torwix.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I did it. I am the murderer.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm doing this with cayenne pepper. Cayenne pepper.
Yes.
Cayenne pepper that I hired a sheriff, or hired a chef for.
Yes.
And this is enough to poison this person?
Yes. Oh, I should mention that. Your father is deathly allergic to cayenne pepper.
So technically I didn't do the murder, I just facilitated. Okay.
Yes.
Got it.
And that is it for now. You can take your headphones off. Cool. Alice is pretty much one of the last people to be called in. I guess a good question is, how did Alice get a ticket? Did she actually buy one, or did she pocket it from somebody?
Oh, I don't even think she has a ticket. I think she's sneaking in.
Okay. That works. Then your name is not called. Go ahead and give me a stealth roll.
Oh, good. I'm pretty sure I'm good at those. Hold on. Oh, yeah. Pretty good. I rolled a 29, which is less than half, but not less than a fifth. So a hard success.
Very nice. So, yeah, you don't really have much of an issue sneaking in.
Excellent.
Who do you want to pretend to be in this? Kind of what you're able to hear in the background is the fake event that you're going to is a kind of family gathering for this rich person's family, where he's just kind of bringing them all together again. A family reunion.
I think if anyone questions me, I could probably lie and say I'm like a friend of Amanda's from school.
Okay. So everyone kind of comes in, and right after the entrance, there's another rack of like fake costumes that you could peruse through if you want to try and dress more for your role. You have a little bit of time to do that. You were brought inside, and there's like a nice long dining table that's been set up. There's a lot of decorations around the pavilion that kind of make it almost look fancy, but you can tell a lot of it's bought from like the dollar store.
I want to...
It's like a very gold and black motif.
I want to put on like a leather jacket.
Okay.
So I'm going to take off my coat that I imagine this guy has, and put on this like leather jacket. He's going to put his sheriff badge inside of his pocket, or on his side, so people could still see, like, even though he's playing a role, he could just move a little bit and go like, no, here's my badge. Like, we're playing a game right now, but here it is, like, type thing. This got really meta. Thanks for that, David.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think he I imagined him wearing like normal jeans and stuff anyway, so the rest of him looks more normal now. I think he like very somberly takes off his hat and looks at it, his sheriff hat, and he just kind of tucks it underneath his arm or places it on a hat rack somewhere and like finds some tape that says "not a prop" and puts it up by the hat.
Okay. So the big table kind of has little name cards on them that say both Frederick's name and his character's name, so you can find that and sit. Yours is obviously going to be at the head of the table.
Oh, I didn't realize that was that fancy.
Ho ho ho.
I would like to bring, oh gosh, I've already forgotten her.
Oh, wait. Nope. You're not at the head of the table.
Also, I'd like to bring, what's her name aside again? And Amanda.
Amanda?
It's not Abigail. I'd like to bring Amanda aside just real quick and just go, all right, but what? I have a few questions. Like, I got my motivation, but what's my personality?
You're a rich billionaire. No. Damn it. You are a kind of happy-go-lucky 20-year-old. In your free time, you spend a lot of time scrolling through the Twitter.
I can do that. All right. Yeah, that makes sense. It just occurs to me that I did not ask that question of how my character should behave. So it kind of is important to know how to play a role. Yeah. So with that, I go to my seat and I sit there, which is not at the head of the table, but it is at...
It is not.
Just one of the random chairs, or...
Yeah, you're near the head of the table. Probably 2 or 3 seats down.
Okay.
Alright. Sam, are you going to change out of your big game hunter? You're muted currently.
I want to say yes, but I don't think I'm going to. If anything, I get I go into the kitchen and grab like a fancy looking teapot, and I have my own personalized brew of jasmine tea kind of by my seat.
Okay.
I'm sitting down at a different seat than I'm supposed to be, and I think Amanda would have to come over and just remind me of my roles and stuff.
Yeah. So she comes over and kind of, Emmett, you're supposed to be at the head of the table. Remember, you're the dad.
Oh,
You're the billionaire.
I am.
Yeah, we talked about this before you came in.
We did.
Yes. Can you not hold the gun at the table?
Yes. It doesn't work. I assure you, it's just an artifact. But you want me to sit at the other end of the table?
Yeah, the part that looks really fancy. That's yours.
Oh, that's much too fancy for me, though. I don't think I could.
You're not playing you for this.
Oh,
Or you're playing a role.
what is my role again?
You're a John Torwix. You're a billionaire. You get to sit at the head of the table.
Oh, I wish I was one. Okay, that works. And what do I do? I have to make a speech?
You can.
I like speeches.
She kind of steps a little closer to you and whispers, just once you eat one of the desserts, you gotta pretend to die. That's the only really important part.
Won't that scare the children?
That's part of... We made it PG-13, 13-year-olds only. That's... You'll just be laying down on the table. It shouldn't be too scary.
Oh, okay. As long as they know I'm not actually dead. I would hate for anyone to be scared. Okay. He kind of shuffles over. He's got a bad hip. So he shuffles over. And he just kind of pours himself a glass of tea and starts drinking. He kind of pulls random people over to just start having like random conversations with them of like, I remember when you were a kid and you were brought into court for skateboarding type thing.
most of them are trying to like talk to you in character, doing like really poor accents.
I'm just breaking the breaking the fourth wall all the time. Everyone's
No, Judge, I'm supposed to be Investigator Shirley. You don't know me.
right, and I'm John Thumbnail.
Isn't it Torwix?
Oh yes. Tornwick,
This is going to be interesting.
right?
Okay.
I don't have my glasses on.
So, Emmett and Frederick both find their way to the table. Where is Alice currently?
Is there like a crowd? Like is this?
Yes. So
it's like a
there's
performance,
no.
Crap.
So there's the 20 people.
There's no
20 people
way for me
performing.
to hide.
There's some event staff who are kind of. Most of them are in the back right now. There's a couple who have brought out like small appetizer trays that are on the table, and then there is Amanda and her mother who are currently also there.
I see. Trying to think of how I could just like hide in plain sight when it is very clearly not an option.
Can I roll to see Alice?
Sure, you can roll a spot hidden.
Cool, and that's going to be with the 2d10s, right?
I'll kind of imagine her as being like a lamppost or like pretending to be like
A lamp.
a coat hanger, and I'm just hanging my hat on her or something.
Hang on a second. So it's rolling 2d10s, correct? Or is it...
So there's the D10 with like just single
Right.
numbers on it, and the D10 with
A d100, if you
tens
want.
on
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that is... What's my spot hidden? That's below my spot hidden. That's a 39 out of 50.
Okay, so that's just a regular success because it's not half or a fifth. So this is an opposed roll. So Alice needs to roll as well.
What am I rolling?
It'll be
Yeah.
stealth.
Okay.
You should be stealthy.
Haha. That is a hard success.
Okay, so you do not notice.
All right.
Yay.
Nothing out of the ordinary. You're too focused on the
I'm
crowd.
just really trying to
and
get
trying
into
to
this
be-
role right now. It's so hard.
Yeah.
He's missing his hat so much.
So I guess Alice could try and work with the caterers.
Yeah, you said there was like a costume closet or whatever, right?
Yes.
Is there anything in there that looks even remotely like the what the caterers are wearing?
Yeah, I mean, they're mostly just wearing like a black shirt and an apron kind of around their waist, so you can find something close enough. It doesn't have their logo on it, but it'll work.
Yeah. I think I can talk my way out of that situation.
To a non-keen eye.
We'll see.
Okay, so everyone kind of sits down. Let me scroll down in my notes. Everyone sits down. The catering company starts to bring out like the first meal. Amanda kind of steps up and says, okay, well, we're going to have the meal for this event. While we're doing that, everyone can kind of get into your characters. You can kind of talk with everyone else, try to figure out, you know, who you are, who everyone else is. The people around you kind of start talking to each other and trying to do that as food is brought out. And this first course is basically a vegetarian meal. It's ratatouille.
I love that movie.
This is...
It is just a bunch of DVDs.
Yum! Oh gosh, this is getting so many levels deep here. I have to think of what my own name is. Because I've changed it so many times before this, and you added another level. Frederick looks towards the judge and goes, "Well, Wow, Dad, you sure made some interesting choices for dinner tonight. He's trying his best.
Frederick, what are you doing? I didn't do this. The zoo did.
It's part of the show. Look, you want to make the kids...
Oh, right.
You gotta make the kids happy. So, I was trying to see who are some of your lovely friends.
Some of my rich friends.
They're very rich, just like us. I read about some of them on Reddit.
Yes, we have Cornelius Swampum. He's here. And, excuse me. Waitress? Excuse me, waitress?
Oh god, that's me, isn't it?
Yep.
Can you come here and heat up my tea, please?
I'm gonna try to do that.
Just through those doors is the kitchen. Just... Is my voice okay? Am I doing a good voice, Frederick?
I think it's fine. I think it's fine. I think the kids will be okay with... They know who we actually... It's fine. It's imagination that really carries the story. Everything else is secondary.
Should I go with old money, like, yes?
I have to admit, I do like that more. It is quite funny to me.
Okay. Waitress, may I ask you to please heat up my beverage of tea in this pot? You can go right on back to the kitchen quarters.
Just gonna silently nod my head and do my best to not screw up warming up tea.
Oh god. Okay, alright, so after that happens, I think Frederick gets up and goes, I think I have to look around and talk to some of these other quite famous and powerful men, billionaire women and people all around me. And maybe I can find somebody who I can snap book to, and that way I can post some nice pictures.
Yeah.
On the interwebs. You don't understand, Dad.
I don't. I don't. I can't even.
I'll be honest. I don't understand either. It's just how it sounds. They want me to play some teenage girl. Listen, we're doing our best. And he just walks away after saying that to the judge.
The judge pulls over some other poor soul and starts talking to them like broken in and out of character.
Alrighty. But yeah.
So I guess the first couple people who catch your interest, there's someone who has like a really big fake monocle and a, what's the name of that jacket? Like a duster that they're wearing. Kind of like Columbo, that long, tannish jacket. There's a woman who has a fruit basket on her head.
I'm going to the fruit basket lady first. I'm sorry, that instantly captivated me. I am here for it. Let's go. Do I see Amanda anywhere, by the way?
Yeah, Amanda's kind of talking with the head of the caterers every now and then and kind of watching what's going on.
I actually go to Amanda real quick and just go, how long until we bring out the party favors, as we say?
Well, once everyone's done with dinner, we'll bring out dessert, and once people eat dessert, then that's when the next phase will happen.
I go over to the lady with the fruit basket now, and go, wow, Wow, I've never seen such amazing fruit placed so elegantly. As a vegetarian, this display of fruit looks so lovely. I need to post it so that everybody can see. He lifts his phone, and he has got this old-fashioned flip phone, by the way. It is not posting anything to the internet at all, but he is for sure just trying his best to be I'm cool teen. And so he takes a picture and he goes, gotta have my daily fruit like I gotta have my avocado toast.
So the person you walk up to does not seem very into what she's currently wearing. Hi, I'm the weird aunt. This was the only really colorful piece in the wardrobe.
I would settle for weird aunt if I were you. You get stuck with something that you're not prepared to deal with. Let me tell you. It is hard out here trying to be a woman of the 21st century. When he's just looking, you see the
Mickey Mouse
death
going.
in his eyes. He is dead inside, trying to maintain his character. And he's just please help me. It's look, I'm trying to just add a little fun for the community, and this is what I get. Is there anything I should know
what
about
you mean.
Fun aunt.
Fun aunt, yeah. That's me. I guess they didn't give us much information on what our characters know about what's going to happen, I guess. So, no, I don't have any. I guess the guy who's running this is my brother. That's what I got.
You're the aunt. That just makes sense, doesn't it? If you're, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go talk to the guy in the monocle. Why did you wait a minute? Why did you sign up for this if you knew you were gonna end up being a unhappy customer, as it were?
I thought I'd get a more fun role. I'm already an aunt in real life. So this isn't really role-playing for me. I guess the fruit basket's nice.
You get to keep the fruit?
It's not real
Well,
fruit.
this is just immeasurably disappointing, and my day is going terribly. And with that, he walks off to the monocle man.
Can I roll while Frederick is talking to everyone a listen check to listen to people around me?
Yeah, you want to kind of just take in the atmosphere?
Yeah, just as I'm sitting at my table, not realizing that I should walk around and talk to people. Just kind of pick up odds and ends of conversations.
Okay.
So I have just a regular success with a 46 out of 55.
Okay. You know that a couple of the people around you, they're just kind of trying to find who they are, what kind of voice they want to do, who they want to be with the information they have. Closest to you, there's probably, because of the way that the seating would be arranged, is your brother is on one side, or whoever is playing your brother for this. And because it's a very moneyed family, he's also a rich character. He is a yacht salesman, and that's kind of how he makes his ends. And the other side of the table is currently empty because your sister and your would that be niece?
No, my daughter.
Daughter are not nearby. And while this is happening, what's happening back in the kitchen?
I imagine it's just a normal kitchen at I mean, I guess it's not a restaurant, but like, from what I understand, I have never worked in food service, but from what I understand, it's like a nightmare hellfire.
It's industrial. From my limited experience with it, it's just a lot of people just trying to get things going. Just like, it's very set, go, set, go, set, go. So that's, yeah.
So I'm just trying to get through this kitchen, throw this cup of tea in a microwave, and get it back out as fast as possible. Hopefully with no one noticing.
Yeah, they're all pretty focused on what they're preparing. The next round is basically the dessert round. They have these big kind of pastries that they're pulling out of the oven that were frozen before being heated up.
While I'm in this kitchen, can I go ahead and do a listen to see if they've got anything interesting to say about the event?
Sure.
Okay. That is, if it's a 0 in the tens, it's still a 0, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, that's a super duper success of a 5 against my 95.
Oh, yo! That's critical.
Very nice. So a lot of... You kind of get the gist that they're unhappy to be working with the zoo. They've kind of gotten a lot of shit from Amanda and her mother, Portia. They do kind of share a little bit of a joke between them. They're like, hey, did you hear that Kevin was here again? I'm like, oh yeah, Kevin, that crazy guy. He was here either yesterday or this morning, but they must have got him out because... I don't see him in the zoo anymore.
Alright then.
Back in the main room, most people are kind of getting towards the end of this meal. The staff starts to bring out these big... It's basically a rolled puff pastry. These are the desserts for the event. They set them out on the table.
Can I
Amanda says, dig in.
ding my glass, make a speech?
Yes.
Yep.
As that happens, I would like to give a look towards the chef.
There is a character who is playing the chef, and there is an actual chef. Which one are you looking
I'm
towards?
looking towards the character. Actually, that was never known to me. I never knew that there was a character versus a real chef. So if there's two different ones, I would feel like I'd either roll luck on this, or I would just, like, you can decide which one I actually talk to. But, considering I know that this is a game, I would be looking towards the character.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. There's someone, they have, like, the big white chef's hat on.
Yes, obviously him, then, yeah.
It would have been, yeah. So you kind of walk up to him, and they're speaking in this, like, really poor Italian accent. Hello.
Yeah, so I was wondering, like, did you add the necessary ingredients to the, thing I ordered? Because, like, I only ever eat vegetarian food.
Just like a magician. A good chef does not reveal his secrets.
That sounds right to me. I think we're good. And with that, Frederick goes to sit down.
Okay. So, big puff pastries are brought out. Most people around the table kind of dig in. They're very sweet, but somehow also spicy.
Can I make my speech?
Yes.
Okay, so John Torwix stands up. Yes, I wanted to thank you all for coming tonight. It is very... I guess I should say I'm very happy and glad you have come to help us in this charity service to keep the funds of the zoo alive. As you know, my son Lucius died here many years ago, and this has been my life ever since. I miss my wife, Kishanta, and my son.
As he starts to go
so
off script,
much.
I want to nudge him as the daughter.
You see him like welling up as he
No, I'm
starts to
aware
cry.
of what's
as-
happening. I'm just trying not to traumatize children or traumatize an audience. So yeah,
It's been great that you have all.
I would like to
such a
nudge
big
him.
happy family.
He doesn't seem to respond.
What? What? Oh, right. Sorry. Yes. Please enjoy these delicious desserts. My daughter, we have made these very vegetarian desserts for you. I'd like to thank my brother, who's sitting here, and the crazy aunt, my sister, who's on this side, and the waitress who got my tea nice and hot. Please enjoy the festivities. And he just collapses into his puff pastry.
Neat.
And the sheriff looks and just goes like, under his breath, just goes, "Well, that's one way to do it."
So there's kind of a gasp throughout the room. Someone who's dressed in like scrubs, and they have the old head thing with the what is that called? Let's just say they have a stethoscope, because I know that word.
Oh, yeah.
They have a stethoscope around their neck. They run up to the front and kind of touch.
I think the sheriff kind of stealthily or like quickly just checks to make sure nothing bad actually did happen, since it's like a 66-year-old man. So he's just real quickly taking a pulse and just then goes, "Oh no, he's dead!" And then
I whisper to you, Frederick, did that look convincing?
and I give like a quick pat on the back, but it looks like I'm still like feeling for something, just like, and then I go up and go, "Who could have done such a thing to my beloved father? Oh, how could this happen? Which one of you would be a murderer?"
Dun, dun, dun.
Very nice. So you're laying in your puff pastry, just kind of listening.
I imagine you like
everyone
slightly
lets
licking
out.
it every now and again, just going, "Oh."
Oh, I definitely like one eye opens just to see reactions if people liked my performance or whatnot.
There's a bunch of fake gasps going around, like, "Oh no!"
"Oh dear, oh my, oh me."
Amanda kind of steps out and she follows up with what you just said. It's like, "It looks like the host of your party has been murdered. Now you need to go and figure out between yourselves what happened." The person you saw earlier with kind of the monocle and their trench coat, that's the word, trench coat.
That was the one you couldn't think of?
They stand up.
Okay.
Well, I am... Oh, I have a name in here. One sec.
If it's Inspector Clouseau, I'm going to lose my mind.
No. I'm Inspector Thompson, world famous for solving murders.
I've never heard of you, and I'm on the internet.
Yeah. And kind of as they're doing this, throughout the event, the staff have kind of been working to keep the namesake of this pavilion out. And you've kind of noticed them in your time. There's a bunch of peacocks that like to pretend they're fancy around the zoo. And this is kind of where they congregate when they're not walking around. The staff have kind of given up on keeping the peacocks out, and a couple have actually wandered into the event center. And so this investigator steps up. I'm super famous for this. We can get down to the case. And a small peacock kind of like bumps into her leg, and she's like, "Back off, quit it." And she goes back to trying to describe what she knows. Like, he looks like he was poisoned. And she's kind of reading off a small index card in her hand. And there's cayenne pepper in the desserts. And kind of as she says that, the peacock that was bumping into her leg just kind of jumps up and pecks right into the side of her throat. And blood just kind of spurts everywhere.
Immediately once that happens, Sheriff is on it.
The rest of the event just gets kind of quiet as everyone watches.
No, that is not happening.
As everyone else watches.
I'm playing first aid right here, right now. Wait, shoot! I can't do that multiple times. Shoot. I don't know that I can't do that multiple times, and this person's dying. I'm going to apply first aid. And
the peacock is currently still standing on the shoulder of this person who is bleeding to death.
I do a Chris Pratt like raptor pose with the peacock, and I go, "Hey now, we're gonna back up," and I'm trying to just get to her so I can cover her neck in time.
The peacock doesn't really react to you. It spends a couple seconds preening its feathers, and then turns and looks directly at you. "Well, I have your attention," it says,
Nope.
looking you directly in the eyes.
I did not sign up for any of this. He goes and he grabs his hat back from the hat rack, and he goes, "No."
While I have your attention, you're here to play a game to solve a murder. You're now going to solve a murder for me. We know that Kevin Stiller, was killed here. We don't know who killed him or how. I'm a representative for the animals, and we want you to figure it out.
I'm getting my normal jacket and stuff back on, and I go, "Y'all, this ain't funny. I don't know whose idea this was to come up here and add special effects. Doing a murder mystery on top of a murder mystery is not cute, nor is it amusing. It leads to a lot of confusion. I, as your sheriff," and he pulls his badge back out and goes, "I will not stand for this kind of chicanery nor tomfoolery within the area. How dare you? And those special effects with that, He just stands there upset for a moment. Does the bird say anything else?
Yes. The bird kind of looks at you and tilts his head and says, "You're playing a different game. You're playing my game now. You will solve Kevin's murder." And then it kind of stretches out the feathers behind it and opens the fan for the first time. And a normal peacock has like those blue and green dots that look kind of like eyes. This are eyes.
Oh no.
Staring out at you, blinking through this fan. And we're going to have our very first sanity roll.
Oh boy.
Is this for
adventure.
everyone?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I do not
Okay.
recall how sanity rolls work. Can you give us the breakdown?
Sanity is just like a regular roll. You're going to try and roll underneath what your sanity total is. This is a roll that you cannot spend luck on, just because you can't be lucky when it comes to losing your mind.
Oh, I'm sorry. How do I determine sanity again? Is it just 99 to start off with?
No. You have to...
Sorry.
There is a stat that applies to it. I don't remember which one.
Also, it's okay that we can't use luck. I would literally have 3 luck points left if I tried to win this roll. I rolled a 92.
Okay, so
Nice.
we have to roll below for sanity here. Let me pull up my stat. That's on my phone.
Hold
Sanity.
on, sorry. I gotta figure out how to get sanity.
Where is current sanity is 80. Okay, so I just have to roll below 80. No big whoop. 65. I'm fine. I'm fine, guys. I think I'm 2 shots, and then once it does that, I immediately realize, I'm like, that girl's dying, and I run back over towards the bleeding neck lady, and I go, all right, and I try to first aid that if I can, David. Do I roll for that, or...
Yes, you can. But First, even if you pass sanity rolls, that just means you lose less a lot of the time. So everyone's going to lose 3 sanity if you pass, and 6 sanity if you fail.
So now
Oh, cool.
So now I am
So
down.
it's wisdom modifier times 5?
So it's out of 3. 3 sanity down. Out of 80, I'm down to 77.
Sorry, guys. I thought I had it all figured out.
No problem.
And then,
I'm saving this woman's neck.
doesn't something happen if we lose more than 5 at once?
Yeah,
Cool and fun.
you go temporarily insane.
Also,
Awesome. This is the first sanity roll.
I got a crit success on a help, or not a crit success. I got a 15 out of. Where is my? But a 15, so that's still really low.
If it's first aid, then that's in the second column.
Oh yeah, I see it. 15 out of 40. So
Nice.
is she stabilized? I just don't want her to die.
Yes, she is stabilized.
And then I turn towards the peacock and I go, "All right, see, you could."
It is right in
I
your
go, you
face.
could have done a lot of things to grab their attention. A talking peacock typically is enough to. And then you got the eyes on the back there that are horrifying. Please do not show me those again. I'm just saying.
They're currently looking at you.
I'm just saying. I'm staring it in the face, trying not to look at the eyes to prevent further insanity or issues with sanity. Because I don't remember how repeated processes work in game or out of game, like as a gaming system. I get how they work as a sheriff, but I go, all right. So here's the thing: I'll play along with your little game, but I need some confirmation that these people
Oh, okay.
will not
So it's
be
just 70.
further injured, lest they are attacking anybody, hurting anybody. Does that sound fair to you? Because I believe.
So I rolled. I'm
go
sorry.
ahead. Go ahead.
Sorry, I rolled a 5 out of 70.
Okay, so you only lose 3.
You're with me, only 3.
Cool.
So as you're trying to reason with this peacock,
Can I roll some charm for that? I'm using all my stats here. Listen, we have them. We're going to use them. I could have used disguise. Well, I don't have disguise actually, but I could have used it. Actually, I'm going to use. Do I have? Oh gosh. Oh no, I have charm. I have decent charm. I'm going to use charm on it to be like, hey, either charm or psychology works differently. I think so. Charm. To get it to be like, hey, let's not murder anybody else while solving this murder. That's basically what I want. 53 out of 60, so I'm still good.
okay, that's an opposed
Oh
roll.
boy.
It kind of just continues to look at you. Maybe. But kind of around the room, other people are experiencing their own take on what just happened. And one of the other characters, kind of a larger man, he's dressed, he has like a fake gi on, like a martial artist costume. He grabs one of the chairs and bashes the peacock.
Oh boy.
And it's just kind of crumpled.
The sheriff instantly raises his gun in the air and goes like, listen, I am a sheriff. I have this situation under control. Everybody, please just settle down for a moment and we'll get everything handled. All right? I do not know from whence this creature comes. I do not know what is going on. I have seen Stranger Things and the X-Files, and I am aware that this is not normal.
So as you say, everyone calm down. The silence of this kind of room breaks, and there are screams.
Naturally.
And a bunch of people just run.
I want to... No, let me use psychology or something. Wait. I want to use law. Well, law, technically? Can law work here?
No, that's more like knowledge of the law.
Not you are the law.
I know. I am
I
the law.
have a Judge Dredd stat. I want
Yeah, I don't have anything else other than I can charm them, or I could psychology is more figuring out like how people work. That's not going to help me here. I would go with
Yeah, that's like the sense motive of this system.
I'm gonna just try charm for the people of like, listen, I know what's happening. It's all gonna be okay.
That's why.
Charm is not have to be true.
So this is going to be a difficult, and you will need a hard success.
Understandable. That is a failure. That's a 61. It literally let me fail by 1 just to really drive the point home. I was like, listen, everybody, I've got it under control. Everything's gone to everyone's screaming over this.
No, I'm getting out of here! And they run. And kind of left behind in this room.
I look towards the peacock with its head bashed in, or with its body that was hit by a chair, and I look towards it and I go, see, this could have gone down a lot calmer if you just let us speak and had a moment to digest the information instead of, pecking a young girl's neck out.
The eyes are still kind of looking at you and blinking as you're talking to it.
I'm looking, I still
Not
look
of
at
the
the
face.
face. I am
Of
not
the
looking
tails.
at those eyes. What do I call you?
It's not.
Oh,
it's
it is dead.
It is
Okay.
dead.
Neat.
This is bad. I turn towards anybody else who's still in the room, and I kind of drop the whole kind of like cheery thing, and I just go, this is very bad.
Yeah, you don't say
So
so.
The only people currently left in the room are Alice, you, Emmett, and this guy who's kind of holding a chair and just looking angrily towards the carcass of the bird.
Put the chair
You're all of
down,
a sudden-
Jeffrey.
He kind of sighs and sets the chair down.
Look, we're in a bad way right now. Things are not gonna go better unless we figure out what just happened. Also, somebody take this young girl to the doctor. I do not feel like carrying her. Also, never mind, I am the law, and I'm supposed to be able to move people safely, and you would get in trouble for that. So I'm gonna call somebody to help out. And I pick up my little cell phone and call in for, not backup, but I assume I would know, like, the thing to bring in just an ambulance. That is the 911 equivalent.
You would, but your phone does not have service.
He closes the phone and just goes like, oh, no.
Yeah, it's probably too late for her.
She's breathing. She's okay. She's just got... she's just missing a lot of blood.
If anyone has medicine and wants to spend an hour with her, you can, and that could get her to a more stable condition. Otherwise, in an hour, she's going to start bleeding out again.
Alright, so here's the new plan. New plan is we take the girl. I will take the girl. We will go out of the zoo. And then we will get help. No one's going to believe that we were attacked by a bird with magical eyes, but that part's not important. She was attacked by a bird. She got too close. That's all that matters. We get that part done, and we head home, and none of this happened, and we all sit at home, and we all watch our cartoons, and our movies, and our whatever we like on Netflix or wherever we feel, and we act like this didn't happen as we eat a whole pint of ice cream, mumbling to ourselves. Is everybody okay with that?
I don't know. It kind of sounds like more peacocks are going to murder people if we, don't figure out what's going on here. So,
Listen, sometimes you gotta get...
I should mention, you are temporarily insane,
oh yeah,
Alice. Your insanity comes in the form of
Oh, roll. You gotta roll.
psychosomatic. I did roll.
Oh, okay.
Your legs do not work for 6 rounds.
neat.
So you are saying this from a seated position on the ground.
That's pretty normal for me as a person. So,
Oh, hey, wait a... And I'm gonna roll for recognition here. There's no spot hidden this time. Actually, I feel like there's no spot hidden. I can see your face. I know who you are. Wait a minute. Alice?
Hello, old man.
I'm 33. Anyway, okay. You work as... I'm glad that you were able to get back up on your feet and working at a job. I'm sorry it turned out to be so terrible. But I'm glad
Back
you
up
got...
on your feet is a really funny joke.
It was not meant to be. But it was a thing of he just thinks that you work as like a chef there or like a kitchen staff. You're in the kitchen staff attire and not phony kitchen staff attire.
And I will do absolutely nothing to correct you on this
Yeah.
point.
So he's just like, yeah, I'm glad to see that your time inside has changed you for the better. Now, what did I tell you? Your life can turn around if you try to change it.
Yes, sir.
Anyway, I'm terribly sorry that this event has unfolded, but we've got to get this young lady out of here.
Yep.
And so I'm
Still
gonna...
no problem. I cannot, seem to stand.
Your legs are fine. But your legs, they... Jeffrey, come carry this girl. She's clearly being dramatic.
Do you want me to carry her or the hurt girl?
I don't trust... Listen, this is an actual law thing. You cannot carry injured people. That is a job for me as a sheriff, not you.
Is that the law? I've got a first aid certification.
Do you have any medicine?
No.
Wait a minute. There's kitchen accidents that happen all the time. And then I run into the back to see if there's any, like, gauze or anything back there. Any sort of medication things that I can get her to stabilize her more. I don't know what a search roll in this case would be.
Just another spot hidden.
It's a very important skill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spot hidden... I got 34 out of 50. There you go.
Yeah. Kind of just hanging on the wall, you're able to find like one of the white metallic bins that have the green plus sign on it and say first aid.
Yeah, I go and I bring that over and start patching her up best I can. Or actually, with the guy with the... Since he claimed to have this medical certification, I am assuming he is better at this than I, but I'm going to watch him with a very, very judgmental eye when I have him stabilize her.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, you've already stabilized her for the most part to stop the bleeding. He just kind of puts a bandage on it.
Yeah, I want to make it more permanent bleeding stoppage. So she might be out for a little bit, but she'll at least be, like, alive if she wakes up. And it won't be an hour, right? We have more time now?
No, still an hour. He has first aid certification, not medicine.
But I looked for medicine.
Yeah, you have medicine.
Oh,
but that's
I'm
not
not going to let... Okay, then I'm not going to let him do it. I'll administer medicine then. Or actually, I look around and I go, does anybody know anything about medicine, or am I doing this alone?
And that's more kind of like setting someone up in a bed, securing their wounds, making sure that long-term they're going to be able to survive.
I have no skill with medicine, so... Does anybody have skill in medicine?
You still succeed if you roll a 1.
I mean, there's a lot of things that happen if I roll well. Now it's just a typical thing where I think it's like if I get it's like 50 and above is successful, but it's like amounts of success vary drastically, if I remember right. Something like that. I will go ahead and try my best to medicate and like set her up in a position where she could like heal. Because I imagine there's, like, spots for her to sit and stuff. Like, obviously there's no bed, but I could put her in, like, a chair. I can lay stuff out so she can lay down and have it be, like, set up nicely enough that she's okay to recover. That if you, like, passed out somewhere and you woke up, like, on a table, you would be, like, you wouldn't be as bad as if you woke up on the floor, you know, like, that level of difference.
Sure. Yeah, you can go ahead and set that up.
So I do that, and then I want to roll medicine to try to do what I can to stitch stuff up. Because though he's not really into all that social media, let me tell you, Frederick is a TV buff, and boy, does he like his little medical shows, even though they're all medical dramas, not the real stuff. So, low dice. 15! What up, world? Okay.
Okay, so you are spending the next hour kind of sewing up her throat wound.
Yeah.
Okay. After probably less than a minute.
I'm guessing after, like, as this hour's going by, Frederick's just going like, that thing said to solve a murder. I should probably work on that at some point. And then as he's, like, sewing up this neck.
Okay. Alice, after about a minute, your legs start to work again. Emmett, are you still napping on the table?
100%. Until someone comes, it's just like the old man. If his eyes are closed for too long, they automatically fall asleep. So he's just napping in his puff pastry.
I turn towards Jeffrey and Alice, and after Alice's legs start to work, I go, "Why were you just standing there before?"
Told you my legs weren't working.
I'll like this story. When have you ever heard of someone's legs just not working? That's all psychosomatic. That's not real. That's all in your head.
Something being in your head does not mean that it isn't real.
Look, I'm saying all this while sewing up the neck. Look, it's a whole thing where it's just, I don't know what's happening right now. So for sake of doubt, for sake of kindness, I will forgive this obvious lie that you've given to me, Alice, about your legs. However, we must work together to get out of here safely and soundly. Because I don't know, if birds can do that, I don't want to know what else other animals can do. And who knows if it can jump to, or if it's like infecting people. Maybe we shouldn't even be breathing in the air of that carcass over there.
Good luck with that.
So Jeff kind of looks between you sewing this lady back together and the bird. Like, should we go? I mean, if we're not in the zoo, it might not be able to follow us.
It said something about solving a murder, and it was a talking bird. I have no idea the level of clearance that is. I know it's above mine. That is some Men in Black nonsense, and I'm not here for it. Once we finish showing up the neck in about an hour, I wake up the judge and go like, "All right, we're good to get out of here."
So
also,
about 10 minutes after you start sewing, you definitely hear some screams from other areas of the zoo.
Good.
And then the lights go out.
Better. Alright, so we should probably figure out where those screams are coming from.
This is after or during the sewing?
During the sewing.
Ah, good. So we still have to wait many more minutes.
50 more minutes.
Oh, God. I'm doing such a good job sewing, though. It's one of those bird in the hand, two in the bush. Alice, how capable are you with firearm?
This is a bad idea.
I look towards the sleeping judge, and I see his shotgun, and I go, there are worse ideas. Jeffrey, how good are you with a firearm?
I've shot one once.
We do not have time. Alright. And he looks at the girl and goes, she'll be okay for a little bit. I'm gonna peek my head out, see what's going on, and we'll go back in. And he puts her down, goes over to the door to look outside to get an idea of what's going on.
So, looking outside, you know that it was like a bright, sunny day when you got here. Crowds of excited, happy people with their children. It is currently empty, and gray clouds have rolled in and cast everything in this kind of overcast, dark.
I close the door
light.
and I go, good news, nobody's there. I can continue sewing. And I go back to it. The screams are our imagination. Just like you said, Alice, sometimes we imagine things and that makes it real. That's all there is to it. The bird means nothing. I want to go home.
You do see one of the other attendees for the event running past. Kind of, it's a little bit further away. They're kind of running down by the picnic shelters. And they're being chased by a little monkey, a little gibbon.
Hey, get over here! Hey, get in here!
Oh, good. Summon the evil monkey directly to us. Perfect.
No, I was referring to the kind gentleman running away from the monkey, but I suppose I can see how that would be conflicting as I say, waiting for the guy who's running in.
They hear you and start running your direction. The monkey's not super fast. It's just persistent.
Yes. We get when he gets inside. As he's coming up, I go, Jeffrey, grab me the shotgun.
Here you go. It's really old.
Don't worry about it. As he gets in, I imagine it being one of those doors where it has like the pull handles. So I'm gonna slide the gun in between so it can't be pulled open.
Okay. The gibbon kind of slams into the door, and go ahead and roll me a spot hidden.
You know, speaking of old, should we, wake him up, or...
Spot hidden's a 33 out of, I believe it's 40.
All
or
right.
50,
so
even better.
This gibbon that's kind of now climbing up onto the railing and just doing everything it can to pull. You notice, looking at its face, rather than just two eyes, kind of like how a spider has all of its eyes around, there's 8 of these little gibbon eyes looking up at you.
This is so not okay.
You can roll sanity.
Thanks for that, buddy. Ooh, 71. Still made it, though.
Okay. You do not take any from that one.
And he just goes, this is so not okay. This is not okay. I do. And he looks towards the guy you let in and he goes, if you have multiple eyes, I will shoot you with my gun myself. And he does not clarify
they
two eyes. He just says, if you have multiple eyes.
They turn around and they're wearing an eye patch. Like, I'm okay.
What's your name? What do you do? And as I say this, I'm headed back to the girl sewing her neck some more.
I'm Thomas. I'm a caterer. Why are you guys still here?
Well, I don't know if you've noticed, but there seems to be monkeys with multiple eyes and peacocks with multiple eyes. Wait a minute. I'm noticing an eye theme. But anyway, these creatures are not typically something you see. It's more like some monolithic monster of myth, if you will.
And I just figured I'd stick with the people with the guns instead of, whatever it is you were doing out there. So...
I mean, she's also got a point. I do have a gun. And the other one's being used as our little blockade. So I don't think that'll last long. I only need it for a few more minutes so I can sew up Miss Amanda's throat and figure out what's going on here. I was challenged by this mystical peacock to solve a murder. However, I told it that since it stabbed the person in the neck, I will get to that when it so happens.
We tried to leave the zoo and we can't leave.
Okay, how many are left?
I don't know. There was a monkey that came and it talked in the same voice, and we all kind of ran from it.
Now, considering how well that went last time when you slammed a chair, when one of us slammed a chair, he looks towards Jeffrey, into the quail here, or peacock, why would you think that it would go better with the monkey?
We didn't. We ran from the monkey.
Well, I guess I can't quite give you the definition of insanity, can I, boy? Alright, let's see here. We got still to figure out how to get out. Well, we know the way out. We were told what the way out was, just solving a murder, which I'll get to. Old man's asleep, go talk to him maybe, or there's a nice little reformed thief girl over there. She's a chef now, is that right, Alice? Is that what you go by, or is it a kitchen staff hand? I'm not quite sure.
Sure, yeah.
That's what she does now.
But okay.
Maybe come together, figure out what your skills are, and we can figure out what to do. You don't happen to be very skilled in medicine, do you?
No, I'm an accountant.
Well, I'm counting on you.
Oh no. I said he's a chef. He works for the catering company.
Hey, you can still be an accountant, chef. You can get 2 jobs. The zoo doesn't have to pay well. Well, alright then. Well, why don't you just double check? Why don't you go have some food talk with Alice, and meantime, I will be working on this.
Wait, you said she works for our company?
Well, I was under the understanding that she did. She was in with the rest of the staff. Perhaps a new hire.
I don't.
Or somebody brought on for the event itself. I know sometimes there's outside staff brought in for the event. You're correct. It would be wrong for me to assume that she works here. But she does seem to work in the kitchen industry.
Okay. And he kind of walks over and goes back into the kitchen.
I'm working on neck. He's sleeping. What are you doing, Alice? Take the show.
I'm just here for the ride. I don't know.
What were you here to steal, OOC?
I mean, I just assumed that since it was a big benefit event, there would be people with deep pockets around.
You can check the pockets of Amanda here. She's out cold.
You're not working on Amanda. This was the investigator.
Oh, yes, that's true.
Whoever died, it's fine.
The investigator.
Do you want to look around this room to see if there's anything you can use that might be helpful?
That seems like a good plan. Yeah.
You might want to grab a weapon of any sort.
I have a weapon.
A knife?
Yeah.
Okay, I feel so bad for David. He has this whole zoo thing set up. I'm dead set on saving this one girl's neck.
Do you want to spot hidden to investigate the room?
Yes, please. And what's going on in the zoo is going to happen whether you're there
is a failure
or ignoring it. Okay. So you don't really see anything crazy in there. I mean, there's like silverware you could potentially use.
Apparently these chairs deal a lot of damage.
Against like a bird, maybe, yeah. But then again, that was a peacock, too. Those are big.
Peacocks are a decent size.
Alright, well... okay. I guess Frederick just shouts, "Hey, go see if you can find some lights, maybe, or a candle."
Oh, that's right, the power's out.
Yeah.
I totally forgot that was a thing.
It's kind of hard sewing in the dark. No one's waking up the old man. He's just sleeping through it all.
I stick by my character choice.
No, it's a good one. I feel bad because I don't want you to feel like you're not being active.
So the shaking at the door stops.
Does an hour pass? Is she okay finally?
You're just okay. Is no one else doing anything for the next 10 minutes? That's when something else is going to happen.
No one's woken up the judge, so he's just, especially now that the lights are off, and there's no more talking that would rouse him. He's just out.
Yeah,
you can hear the snoring every once in a while.
I'm talking to the two guys trying to figure out if they can do anything useful other than stand guard, because otherwise I'm having them stand guard.
It's like, well, I've just got first aid, and I can hit things. I mean, I work out.
Good. Stand by that door. Tell me if you see anything. If you hear anything, tell me. We'll figure out what to do. I may give you a gun. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
He goes and stands looking out the door, and the other one's in the kitchen.
I would just like to say, everybody here, you're honorarily, temporarily deputized for the moment being.
Oh, really?
And he looks towards her. He looks towards Alice, and he goes, "Of course, Alice. Of course. You've reformed your life and become a better woman for it." He gives this big, rousing speech of it's times like these where you see the true heart of a human being being better than who they were.
Yeah. Alright, well, as my first act as a deputy or whatever, I'm gonna go wake up that old guy.
Cool. You could have done that as your normal self.
Well, yeah, but now I'm also a deputy.
That's fair. Wait for your moments. Yeah. So you're awake now.
Who turned off the lights?
If I had to guess, probably an evil peacock or something.
No, this one was actually a spidery monkey. It had 8 eyes on its head. It was very disgusting, horrific, nightmarish, if you will.
Did I miss the party?
Oh, there is murder afoot. And not like a game anymore, Judge. See how I'm calling you Judge now? Because it's real. This is a real murder.
Yeah, I was supposed to die. I died.
No. Yes, you did very well. There is a real murder now.
And also an attempted murder. By a bird.
I'm fixing the attempted part.
No. You don't understand. This was all a ruse. I believe they call it a murder mystery game.
No,
I'm not really dead. No one's really died.
Come here. And I look at and I point him towards the bird with the multiple eyes and force him to face it.
It's so dark. I can't see anything.
Okay, roll another spot hidden.
Me spot?
Me?
Or him spot?
No, him spot.
Guys, I don't have anything in spot hidden.
Still a 25.
Well, I got an 81.
That is greater than 25.
That is one dead bird.
Oh my! This bird is. We must bury it at once. And I kind of cradle it in my arms. And I go to open the door to go out and find a spot to bury this bird.
Screams, "I would not do that!"
Why? This is one of God's creatures. We have to
will
treat it with
hold
respect.
on to all things until the time is. Jeffrey, other fella, why don't you tell him what's been going on?
Jeffrey just kind of looks down and I've been here. The bird attacked someone.
Other fella,
And the other person.
yeah.
From the kitchen. We're locked in the zoo by a monkey.
Y'all are terrible
And I got
tourists.
chased by some other monkeys.
Y'all are terrible storytellers. There is a monkey with multiple eyes out there attacking everybody. There is this thing that has multiple eyes that you cannot see because it's too dark. Alice, where is the candle? And
We are in the Peacock Pavilion. This is their territory. So we have to treat them as like we are their guests. So we can't go around hitting birds just because they're being territorial of their property. That's not polite.
I understand.
That's not how you respect nature. We have to
I can't
respect
argue with
animals.
that.
I
We live in
understand.
a world with them, not above them or below them. We are all in one chain-linked food chain.
Yes.
We must respect. Did you never? There was in '93. Disney came out with their first original animated story, and it talked about the circle of life. Right? Have you seen this movie?
Sir, I am the one who protected the peacock. Unfortunately, somebody else bashed its brains in.
With a chair. Anyway,
Well, if you won't let me bury it outside, can I at least put it in the fridge so we can bury it?
That's just going to look
Later
like you're going
on.
to want to eat it later, to be honest.
No, we do not eat the zoo animals,
don't
Sheriff
argue with
Walker.
him. Just
I'm sewing a neck. I don't have anything else to do with my time.
sure, let's put it in the fridge.
Yeah, the judge limps over and very respectfully puts it down, like closes its eyes, like.
Which ones?
Yeah.
Well, he only sees the two on the face. He doesn't notice the ones on the tails.
Good point.
Just out of pure ignorance and being like old man blind. So he's just puts it there, and says like a little prayer.
How many minutes has it been? It's been 20 or 30?
It's now been 20.
Shoot. Now, David, tell me this. Did you have this plan to be out 10 minute by 10 minute, or did you...
No, I didn't think you would spend an hour.
I'm sewing this woman's
performing
neck.
medicine. So things are just happening around the zoo as you're in
I
here.
don't know those things because, as far as I'm aware,
true.
I am protecting this one person that I can guarantee. When I looked out there was nobody but that one guy, which I brought in. So I am being safe. Everyone else didn't
so-
make it.
What else happened?
Apparently, someone named Kevin got murdered.
Yeah, do you know a Kevin?
Can I roll a history on that?
Yeah.
That is a 3
Ooh.
out of a 55. So I don't know what is that a crit success or an excellent success? What is it called?
It's an extreme success.
Extreme success.
Extreme 90s.
So when your son was working here, there was a janitor that he would kind of talk about named Kevin. And Kevin was basically the heart of the zoo. They were the person who kind of loved all the animals. Even though they didn't have like the education and background to be a zookeeper, they cared so much for the animals that they helped out wherever they could. Yeah. You know that they haven't been working here for the last couple of years? Or the last year or so. I guess I can give you a little more with an extreme success. You also know that recently, something that's been discussed in board meetings is bringing charges against him because he keeps breaking into the zoo, even though he doesn't work here anymore.
Maybe we should try to commune with it. As I'm still sewing this neck, maybe we should try to commune with this thing.
Well, I can give you some information about Kevin. He was the janitor here for a while, at least 30 years. Unfortunately couldn't afford the education to become a zookeeper, but he knew everything and could name each animal just by looking at them. Some, not I, but some decided to cut costs in personnels, and he was one of the cuts. About a year ago, I believe, is what I was told. Some say he keeps coming back, breaking in, but I think we should just hire him back. He was great. One of those people who would bump into kids and tell them facts.
One more thing, Judge. He's dead now. That's a fact that you should be aware of.
I may be old, but I know when people are dead and not, and definitely last board meeting we were told the topic of bringing charges against them for breaking in were brought up.
Okay, I'm gonna need you to follow me into a land I like to call impossibility for a few seconds. So, that quail that you put in the freezer was alive. It spoke to me.
Peacock.
That peacock that was in the freezer was alive. It spoke to me and told me we had to solve Kevin's murder. Now, it sounds like we all have good reason to want to solve this murder. However, I've got a neck to fix. Once that's done, I'll more than happily do it. The thing being is that it told us that was its reason for being upset. And I don't know what else it wants, but I'm quite ready to find out once I get done with this.
Where is Amanda? Amanda would know, or her father would know.
I believe she ran out with the rest of the guests.
Interesting.
I do not find splitting up to be a good idea if that's what you're suggesting, Judge. Please just wait a couple more minutes.
Oh, yeah. Well, can't you just pencil in a guideline for these gentlemen to finish the stitching so we can go?
Could I, David? What stat would that be?
Let's have that be an intelligence roll. See if you can... Or no, education roll.
Education, good. I have a 70 in that.
Neat.
13!
Okay, so yes, you're able to kind of point out this is what you should do. You'll give them a bonus die on performing the medicine. They're going to work together. Yeah, they think they can handle it.
If this woman dies, it is on you, gents. But I've got a world to save now. And he walks out and he goes, or at least a zoo. Come on, everybody.
I'm pretty sure it's more on the peacock, but...
Well, we gotta still save... Well, come on. And he walks outside. He leads the charge, as it were. Also, he gives the gun back to the sheriff. Or to the judge. Sorry, I'm the sheriff. I give the judge back his big gun. I go, sorry, I used your prop gun. It kept the monsters out, though.
Oh, this is real.
We'll talk about permits and open carry later. Right now, I just am glad that you honestly have it.
Family heirloom. We're good on that.
I point towards Alice and I go, and you have what exactly?
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. What?
He's checking to see what weapons you have.
Oh, I have, like, a shitty knife.
Then he just goes, this is gonna... Okay, so we're not gonna fight these things, is what we're learning. And he goes outside.
No, I will not shoot an animal.
Okay. I just step outside and I go, all right, Beast of Burden, or whatever you want to call yourself. I am here to help solve your murder. And on the case that you do not attack the woman inside again, nor my two compatriots who are assisting her.
What about the people in the zoo?
They're not here. And he looks around at the empty place and goes, but anybody else, that is also true. Do not attack. Let's try to handle this peacefully. I would like to help you peacefully. And I'm going to roll charm. Which is difficult since I'm yelling all this, but, you know. Ooh, 57 out of a 60 charm, I think it is. What's my charm?
You're kind of standing out in this gloomy area of the zoo, yelling out, and your words just kind of bounce off the nearby buildings.
Well, I assume that echo carries it further, so it's even better. But it's one of those things where it's basically like, I'm unarmed, don't... It's that. But, you know, the Cthulhu edition of like, don't attack me, please. I'm just trying to actually do what you want.
So as you're kind of standing out here, give me a spot hidden roll.
I'm...
Both of us?
Yeah, if you're outside, you can as well.
Not that it helps.
43 out of spot hidden, I think, is 40, so I think that's a fail. No, spot hidden's a 50.
67.
Out of 50. I'm okay. So 43 out of 50.
We failed. Big.
Nice. So you hear something metallic hit the ground.
That warrants investigation.
It came from the Safari Lodge.
So we're gonna head to the Safari Lodge, because that's probably where that came from. So, are we okay with doing that, everybody? I'm aware that I'm in charge. I just don't want to make it seem like I don't care about anybody else's opinion here.
That sounds like a plan.
Alright, well, cool. Safari Lodge we go. And so we go into the Safari Lodge.
So basically, you're able to find kind of the source of that sound pretty quickly. One of the exterior doors to the Safari Lodge had been like chained and locked with a big bolt. That bolt is now open and on the ground.
Where even is the Safari Lodge?
It's right next to the Peacock Pavilion.
Oh, that explains why I couldn't find it on the other side of the freaking map.
Okay, so we go into the Safari Lodge, and, or I step into the Safari Lodge and I go, hello? Please, if you are some sort of horrifying creature, please only speak. I do not wish to see it again.
So you have to unwrap the chain, and inside, it looks like it's been closed. So it was locked up at some point, but now what was locking it isn't locking it.
Yeah, I open it up and see who's inside, or see what's inside.
It's just a typical big private event space, kind of similar to the pavilion you just came from.
Oh,
but it's empty.
Okay, so see, this is the part where you normally jump out and go like, haha, I got you, but I have a gun, so that's a bad idea. So let's all just talk, and everything can be okay. Does anything react? Anything happen?
Nope. You can tell that it's basically from the closing of the zoo. No one's been in here.
How long has no one been in here?
About half an hour.
So, okay. So wait, was our event taking place at the end of the day with it being like an after-hours zoo special?
Yep.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure of that. I look around. I don't spot hidden, I guess.
Nope. I mean, there's nothing to find in the Safari Lodge.
Okay.
You found the interesting thing, and that's the building is unlocked now.
Oh,
But there's nobody around.
all right.
I leave a note saying to report to the grab paper. I leave a note saying go to our original space, which I'm just bad at remembering names, guys. That's a thing.
The Peacock Pavilion.
The Peacock Pavilion. To go there, and then that way we would find 4 other people go there for safety. Go there. So I leave a note saying that, and I go, anybody else want to say anything? Anything important that you think we might be missing?
Maybe we should go check out the Okapi.
The what?
The Okapi in the African Rhino Reserve section of the zoo.
Any particular reason, or do you just want to go see the Okapi?
Oh, I just figured that we might as well explore the zoo and have a good time while we're stuck in here.
I did really enjoy the Indian rhinos. They were quite lovely when I checked them out last time. However,
It is right next to it.
I'd rather not anger the Peacock of Doom.
I would also just like to check on them.
Further question, where exactly do you think we're thinking about this wrong? We're thinking about this wrong. We need to address this from the angle that our good friend Kevin would have addressed this. Where exactly would Kevin go? That's what we have to figure out first. We find where Kevin would have gone, we can find his body, we can solve the murder. Sound simple enough?
It sounds simple.
So, that would mean that you, Judge, have the best understanding of Kevin. Where exactly? Did he happen to give you any tours? Did he show you his favorite spots to be?
Kevin was... He really liked the orangutans. They were his favorite, if I recall. Kevin and my son Lucius actually worked a lot together on the okapi and orangutans. They would bounce back and forth.
Well, then it sounds like the Okapi is better than just anywhere to start. So let's go there first, and we'll figure out.
There's also Gorilla World. That was a big spot he enjoyed.
I'm getting a big monkey theme, and that's all right.
One time... one time Kevin dropped his soda pop in there, and one of the gorillas threw it back to him. That was how close they were.
Interesting. Intelligent life even before we got here. Something I never considered. All right, let's head over to the Okapi.
Oh, there is the petting zoo as well. We can always go there and pet some animals.
I think you're not understanding the severity of the situation. We're solving Kevin's murder, Judge.
No, remember, I was murdered. It's not real.
We're looking for your friend Kevin, and we need to check his most often visited spots.
Yes, Kevin was let go a year ago.
No.
Because
He was
of
here today.
financial.
He was here today. He visits the zoo multiple times. He was here. So what we have to do is track him down, and so you're going to help us figure out where he most likely is.
Oh, well, Kevin really liked the orangutans, and sometimes he worked with my son Lucius with the okapi and orangutans. They bounced back and forth between the two.
We'll go there
And
first.
then he also really liked Gorilla World, where one time he dropped a soda pop in the exhibit, and one of the gorillas threw it back to him.
Yes.
That's how much he really liked those animals. They had a really
We'll go
close
to
bond.
the Okapi first.
Oh, I love the okapi.
And so we go there.
It was my wife's and son's favorite animal.
What was Kevin's
While
favorite?
making your way,
Oh, Kevin liked the orangutans the most, but sometimes he worked with my son at the
So we
okapi.
go to the Okapi and the orangutan. We go to the Okapi first.
while kind of walking your way over, go ahead and roll some more spot hidden.
Yay! My favorite.
Ooh, that's a definite miss.
That's also a failure.
I didn't know spot hidden was so important to this game.
Yep.
Oh, we got a 12 out of 25.
Nice.
Good.
So kind of on your way, looking around, you notice in the lemur lookout, they have a little tower, and one of the lemurs keeps popping its head up and looking around before going back down.
Are you a talking monkey, or are you a person? Do you speak?
It pops its head slowly back up. What do you want?
Okay. I'm getting used to this.
How are you this fine evening?
Stop it. That's not normal. I do not like the level of familiarity and kindness that you give into this random action. No. How are you this fine evening?
We're good. We're playing cards.
Okay, so I got a few questions about...
What game? Is it gin? Are you bridge? I love bridge.
You can play...
I can also play hearts. Euchre. I'm a mean euchre player.
Well, you didn't go for poke? Anyway, so, where... Do you know anything about Kevin? We're missing Kevin.
Yeah, we seen Kevin.
Okay, like recently?
Depends.
How are you
No, I
talking
haven't.
right now?
I got a tough memory.
What? That...
Oh, me too.
Wait, no, that means you want something. What do you want?
Do you want
You got
money?
But nah.
There's a slow turn as you say that, as he's like, maybe she hasn't gone back to her old ways, or maybe she has gone back to her old ways. And then he goes back to the monkey, and he goes, "What do you want?"
We want food, but money we could use on the food machines.
Okay, so, all right, I've got further questions. If you answer my questions, I will give you money. Does that sound fair?
That's not how this works.
The judge pulls out a banana from one of his cargo pants, like pockets, and just throws it. I always keep snacks in my pockets. You never know when your blood sugar goes down.
You had a whole banana.
It's beaten.
I know, but
bruised.
the sheriff is like losing his mind on multiple levels. Every moment of this is breaking him.
Make a throw roll to get this banana to the lemur.
That's a skill that exists.
It does.
Oh. What if I match?
I think matching still
Match is
hits.
Okay,
Yep.
so I roll a 20 out of 20 because I have nothing in there.
Okay, perfect.
Perfect handoff.
So the lemur catches the banana, opens it up, looks kind of around it like it's opening a briefcase and checking the money inside, closes the banana up and hands it down. You see another lemur hand pop up and grab it and pull it down into the tower. Okay, what do you want to know?
Okay, there's a few things. And I go, Judge, why don't you plug your ears for a few seconds? It's just, I heard that sometimes that helps you, feel better about your face. I just don't want to have him listen to me say that this man was murdered again.
I mean, he'll plug his ears.
He goes, I give him a thumbs up and I go, okay, so this guy, Kevin's been murdered, right? And I've been tasked by a magical peacock, which I'm guessing, how does that work? How are you talking? Let's start there.
I don't know. We're just smarter now.
Okay, so that answers that. Still, question 2. What do you know about Kevin? Why am I switching into your voice? Question number 2. What do you know about Kevin? Kevin used to work here. He used to be a janitor. So what do you know?
Kevin was cool.
Yeah.
Kevin had the best snacks.
I'm sorry that Kevin is reportedly murdered. We are here to solve that. We were tasked this by a peacock. What do you know about?
Yeah, we saw the peacock.
Huh?
We saw the peacock.
What do you know
He's
about?
weird.
What do you know about the peacock?
He's weird.
Where did he come from? There it is. Found my voice again.
The peacocks hang out in the peacock pavilion.
No. This one was different. He had different scaling even on his feathers. He was rather, how would you say, surprising.
Weird.
There's also been things like monkeys walking around with 8 eyes. I'm guessing you've seen that?
Yeah. We saw one of them.
And those aren't
We don't.
your normal friends, are they?
Nah, Gibbons.
Okay, so that guy's crazy. But why? What happened to him? What made him have 8 eyes all of a sudden?
When your weird peacock showed up, some of us got smarter, some of us got weirder.
So the peacock was always a peacock?
It was a peacock until it wasn't.
Wait, what is it now?
I don't know. You ever seen a peacock with eyes on its wings?
Yes, actually. Your friend, the peacock with the eyes on its wings.
Other than that one?
No.
I mean, no, but I've also never seen a talking lemur, so...
Hey.
Well,
That's what I know about the peak.
what do you know about and anything about Kevin's last? Any places to check for more Kevin clues? I'm kind of confused about what we can do about Kevin here.
Yeah, Kevin likes to sneak around in here.
No. Where did he go after this?
Usually he'd go everywhere, but lately he's just been sneaking around, and he'll hide at night next door. That way. And they point toward the world of the insect.
This is a nightmare! He screams. And he goes, I have half a mind to just burn that place down and die here with it. I do not. Insects, I should have you know, I've been on a safari once, and I pull the plugs out, or I get the judge to unplug his ears, and I go, I've been on a safari one time. Exactly once. No. And he goes, apparently we have to check the world of the insects, something I am not a fan of.
Oh, Kevin loved the insects.
I'm aware. Judge, why don't you and Alice go inside, and I'll just stand guard out here. If anything goes, no, I have the gun.
Oh, so you want the little girl and the old man to go before the sheriff. Okay.
I have the gun.
Also, did you remember to ask them what card game they were playing? Isn't that the question you had to ask?
Yes. I had almost forgotten we started talking about such extravagant games that they were playing. Mr. Lima.
Yeah.
What game were you playing anyway?
5-card hold'em.
5 cards. And then we go off, and he goes, see, it's always poker. I don't know what it is. Animals and poker. They just love it. And he goes next door to the world of insect, just gun out. This is his panic moment. I'm making a character choice. This man is as afraid of bugs as I am. In fact, worse. So he's just gun out ready, and he's just like, this is the day. This is the day that Frederick Walker died. He was a good man. He did what he could, but he did not go out by a bunch of bugs. That's not what happened.
No. Frederick, I died today. That was my role. Are you confused?
A little bit. And then he walks inside.
So
I also will thank the lemur before we leave.
Oh, yeah. I slip him $5 and I go, for your troubles.
picks it up, rolls it up, tucks it into his fur. It somehow stays there.
This is so creepy. Okay, so we go to the world of insect. God.
So, opening up the door to the world of insects, it's very evident. Like, usually they have a big display out front, right inside, with these kind of the big Madagascar beetles. All of the beetles are gone, and that display is completely empty.
This
To
is
find out
horrible.
more,
Who would have
we
done
can roll
such
another
a thing?
spot hidden.
Alice, if I scream like a girl, I need you to understand that there are certain things that happen in this world that are too frightening for me to express with any other words. So my girl scream is literally me just having a panic attack. That's all.
So a 93.
33 out of 50.
I got an 81.
33 out of 50. What do I see, guy?
Well, you're in front. You're blocking the way for the other two. But you see webbing. Not just like up in the corners of the ceiling. You see like a tripwire of webbing going across kind of just a few steps in front of the door.
Hey, wait a minute. Well, instead, we just burn it all down. What if that was what we did instead?
You cannot burn this down because it is a historic building.
You're right. So anything inside would just be dead, but the building would still be there. Problem solved. That's how historic buildings work, Father. I mean, Judge. Your Honor.
No. The father part was just part of the game, Frederick. I'm the judge. That's me in real life. This is Emmett now. I'm no longer John
Tortellini. It don't matter. Listen. Hold on. Everybody stop for a second. There is a webbing tripwire here. We need to step over it, but also be very cautious for more traps.
Well, I think this is a great time for you, young lady.
When you hear "be cautious for more traps," you hear little, very high-pitched giggling inside the building that comes out to you.
I hate that.
Yeah, you used to be like a thief, right? You're good at sneak past all this stuff, figure out if there's clues, and get out of here. It's simple. That's your job. You've been deputized. Go in, deputy. It's all you.
Yeah.
Also,
sure.
Alice, this is the first time you're seeing him be like Don Knotts level shaky sheriff. He's not typically this way at all. So yeah, do you roll sneak or anything, Alice? What do you do?
Let's see. Would stealth work?
Yeah, stealth should work.
Okay. I'm gonna do that then. Yeah, that's pretty good. I rolled a 3.
Perfect.
My extreme success is 16 or lower, so...
Yeah, so going into the building, you're able to step over the tripwire just fine. Looking around, it's very empty. All of the displays are empty. Some of them have webbing on them still, but you don't see any bugs.
I definitely have my knife at the ready, just in case.
You hear a whisper from behind you as Frederick goes, "If you need my gun, I can give you my gun, but I want it back. But if you need it, I can give it to you. It's fine. You are a deputy now. You deserve to have a firearm."
I'd rather stick with my knife, which is slightly less likely to explode on me.
All right, and then with that, the door closes back.
I'm gonna stay inside the thing. I'm not gonna in the front way when we stopped.
I'm close enough by that I could hear the judge or her scream. Like, if Alice screams, if the judge screams, I'll know. But
speaking of that, you do hear the judge scream, hello? Bugs?
So you can also roll stealth to go in and avoid the
Is
tripwire.
anyone here? You want me to roll stealth? I'm not going to try to stealth.
You're going to just hit the tripwire?
No, I'm not moving forward. I'm just going to stay in and yell out.
In the open door.
Is anyone here? The lemur said to find Kevin?
You hear some more giggling.
Is that you, darling?
if you go in to find out, I am not going to help you out of this situation. What does Alice find? Do tell us.
Alice can roll spot hidden.
Oh, good. I'm bad at that. That's a 26
That's good.
against my 25.
That's not bad.
Now, just a reminder, you can spend luck.
Yeah, sure. I'll spend a luck point.
Okay. Looking around inside here, there's basically the container that held those Madagascar cockroaches. There's like a little door behind the stand that's holding it up, that has a bit of a ding in it. And it looks like you could open that.
This seems like a bad idea, so I'm gonna do it.
Opening up the door, there's like a little ladder that goes down underneath the bug area.
Don't like that. Hey guys, there's a ladder back here.
A ladder?
Are there any other traps and tribulations that you found that might be useful to avoid?
No?
Sounds like the next trap would be down there. So, With that, do I have to stealth over the spider web? You said?
You can just roll a dex check. And you can have a bonus dice. The way that works is you're going to roll 2. It's kind of like advantage from D&D. You'd roll 2 of your 10s and then take whichever is lower.
Okay, so...
Is that everyone?
Yeah, you can do that as well. Go on across.
I was gonna say,
Oh, boy.
I'm already over there. I don't need.
Yeah, you're fine.
Oh, I can't believe I made this. My dex is so bad because I'm old.
I got 40 exactly, which is just what I needed. So it gets real close, and it's like, I don't want this.
Perfect.
All right, so I rolled a 6 for my 20. So
You all make it through without tripping the wire. And you make your way over to the little ladder that goes down.
Okay.
Who's going first?
the judge, I shouldn't say, Emmett looks at Sheriff Walker. You do have the gun.
You have a bigger gun.
Yes.
But by right of the law, that means that you're capable of going first. That's sheriff's law. Is you got a bigger gun, you get to go first.
I
don't know if you've ever heard of it. It's true.
I have not heard of this law.
Yeah,
but I also
I forgot to say. I forgot to say it happens with deputies. They're allowed to, and that's he goes out and goes, "Well, I guess you missed the opportunity. She took it for you. That's what happens."
I just didn't want to slow people down. It is going to take me a while to get down this ladder with my hip.
So it's fairly easy to climb down the ladder. You get to the bottom, and it's like a little maintenance area for the building. You see, kind of tucked away in one of the corners of the room, there's a little cot that has like a bedroll, blanket, and some pillows. And it looks like that's not built in. That's something that someone brought in and left there.
So I want to investigate this. What do I roll for that? So I'm imagining it's Kevin's, but I'd like some more Kevin evidence.
Yeah, you can roll for that.
That's a 30 out of, what am I rolling for here?
Probably another spot hidden.
That's a 30 out of 50.
Okay. Yeah, you kind of rifle through the bed, and you find a little journal.
I start reading it.
Otherwise, it's pretty empty. The journal kind of details... It's written in pretty poor penmanship, which they all have dates on them. Where would you like to flip to? More recent or kind of back towards the beginning?
I want to read, like, more recent.
Okay.
Actually, the first chapter, and then the first entry, and then, like, the last 3 latest.
Okay. So the very first entry is kind of just like a description of the writer basically saying how much he enjoys seeing all the different kinds of animals here working at the zoo. And it's dated for like 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, he's saying, we just got in a new pack of wolves. They're red wolves. They're really great. I love to go out and kind of watch them as I'm cleaning up around their area.
All right, I skip ahead to the last 3 then. If that's it is what I thought it was in the beginning. It's just him saying, like, this is great. I love my job. Life is good. He's probably going to mention some enemies or somebody, but that's okay. We'll jump to the last 3.
Third from last, it starts out, I was just fired. I was let go because I kept bothering upper management because they're not doing right by these animals. They keep cutting costs, they keep cutting feed quality, and I couldn't stand for it. I rose enough of a stink, but no one else seemed to care, so I was let go. They valued money over, caring for these animals. The second to last entry reads, I got really drunk and I was kind of bemoaning my problems. A stranger at the bar told me, why not get even? Find a way to let the animals get even. And so I agreed to do it. And he gave me a book. The book would let me help the animals. The final page is mostly gibberish. It's kind of fractured sentences, and he's heavily scribbled in over some of his words. And basically it just says the only words you can pull out are complete the ritual. Complete the ritual. Open the eyes.
Oh no.
Deputies? There seems to be we need to find a magical book and end this curse spell thing he's cast upon these animals. They're highly intelligent now, and I need to get out of here right now. Right now. And he starts to just instantly, walk towards the ladder to get out. I'm rolling spot hidden. If you say a single word, David, I swear.
Yes, roll spot hidden as you're climbing.
I hate you.
But we have not yet even found the Madagascar.
Oh, no! No! That's a 91! No!
Yeah, you don't really notice anything as you're climbing up.
Those Madagascar beetles, or what are the cockroaches?
Kind of as you get to the top, you put your hand down on one of the rungs. You put your next hand up, and then you go to lift that first hand, and it's stuck. You kind of look down at the rung of the ladder, and there's a fine layer of webbing on it that your hand is now stuck to.
OOC, as an arachnophobic, this is hell, but also really interesting.
And kind of around you in the shaft that this goes up, you hear more of that giggling, but it's closer.
Deputies! Deputy! He's crying. Deputies, I've made a lot of mistakes in my life. I don't want to die.
It's very dark in here. You were barely able to read that book while down at the bottom. And you just kind of, out in the corner of your eye, you see what looks like the edges of this tunnel, or this shaft, kind of moving, but you can't really make out what it is.
Deputy! And then that's the last words he's going to say. The rest are just tears. Guys, do something as I try to escape in some format. Can I break free or do anything to get my hand off?
You can roll a strength.
Okay.
So, downstairs, everyone hears him kind of rightfully freaking out.
Thanks for the confirmation that I'm basically screwed.
Should we, help with that, or?
Yeah, if you want to, jump up and grab his legs to pull him down, you can.
I am bad at jumps.
Oh, no!
You don't have to. You don't have to jump. It would just be a strength roll.
My hand is still stuck.
Now, is there a hallway we could keep going down, or does it just stop at this cot?
No, there is a hallway you can take out.
I'm going to say the judge keeps going down the hallway, not noticing.
This is fair.
Maybe very confused, he's meaning to go back to the ladder with everyone else, but since Alice sprinted off before him, he got turned around and is heading down the hallway.
Alice, please save me, dear God.
Okay, so as you're walking, you can roll a spot hidden. Alice, what did you roll for kind of pulling him down?
That is a success. 35 out of 50.
Thank God, because I couldn't free my own freaking hand.
We got a 7.
Very nice. So, as you get as Frederick gets pulled down, you kind of bump on the ladder. You're going to take 1 point of damage, but you're no longer strapped in up there. You see Emmett kind of walking down the hallway, and Emmett, you're just kind of looking up, admiring the tunnel, and you notice just kind of at multiple spots along this tunnel above you, there's little things wrapped in webbing kind of hanging down from the ceiling.
Oh,
There's
those
a
are
bunch of different sizes.
What very interesting design and architecture choice we've made down here. I don't believe I've ever had an opportunity to come down here before. This is very cool. We should incorporate more of this throughout the zoo. I think he's gonna keep going.
Okay. As you continue moving down, the bundles get a little bit bigger, and then it just completely jumps in size. And there's like a huge duffel bag sized one of these things just hanging from the ceiling. And it wriggles a little bit as you walk underneath it.
I don't think he notices that.
Okay.
He's just going to keep going straight, looking for the exit.
Okay, the exit's not much further than that. You kind of get to the end of the hallway, and there's basically stairs that go up, and almost like a cellar door that would have like two handles that you'd pull out, but you would need to push forward as you're going. And you see also on that, there's more webbing just kind of strung across that entryway.
Oh, we have not dusted down here in so long. Hopefully this charity evening will provide us the funding to get everything clean down these paths. This could be very dangerous for our workers. I'm gonna take out the shotgun and blow the doors open.
Okay.
Why not?
Yeah, I mean, you don't need to roll for that. You just take a shot. It hits the door, and there's a big hole near where the handle was.
Great. And now I'm going to push it open.
There are still webs. Are you walking through the webs?
Wait, a shotgun would take out webs.
Not all of them.
I'm trying to... I'm going to play the character, and he would think it was safe, and go through with it. And try to push the door open.
Okay. So as you kind of just move forward, one of the webs catches on your shirt, and it pulls, and you hear like a click, and a net falls down on you.
Oh. This is...
And you're fully wrapped in this white, kind of woven netting.
Oh, this is... help? Is anyone there to help an old man caught in a net?
You hear from the edges of the hallway, "We can help." Thank you so much for listening to the first half of our 2020 Filling in the Gaps holiday special, The Call of Cthulhu. Our theme music is Today by Linby off of the album Drive, with additional music by our editor, Noob. You can find us on Twitter.
I am at DMMambo5.
You can find me, Malcolm, at The Ruler of Rhyme.
You can find me at DAEDRA18, that is Daedra18. You can follow the show at FITGDND or on our Discord server. We're always looking for new themes and scenarios to add to our list, so come give us a shout out and you might hear your name on the show. We are edited by our audio gremlin, Andrew Brown. You can follow them on Twitter at xnubinator912x. We are an Obtuse Audio Studios podcast. You can learn more about Obtuse Audio Studios at obtuseaudio.com. It would be an amazing help if you were to find us on your podcasting streaming service, more specifically Apple, iTunes, and give us a 5-star rating and review. Let us know what we're doing, what you like. If there's anything you want to see us do different, let us know there as well. If you liked this episode, check out part 2, which is also out now on all of our usual platforms. I wanted to give you 2 nice little bite-sized bits here, so you don't listen to 5 hours of us stumbling through.
Obtuse Audio.